A town by the seaside, a place where nothing happens. In it lies a beach, a rather boring one. I enjoy walking along the shore, looking for stuff. I never really found what I was looking for, though. But perhaps I wasn't expecting to find anything in the first place.
Thoughts flooded Komi's head as she stares into the sea. Feeling dejected after getting turned down by her crush, she tries to find a way to cheer herself up. In desperation, she asks her friend Isobe one very simple question. So yeah, you wanna have
eggs.
Isobe, who has had feelings for Komi for quite some time now, agrees on the arrangement. He invites Komi to his home and, well, you probably know what happened next. And that's how the two essentially became friends with benefits. Sheesh, two high schoolers who know next to nothing about love entering a casual, no strings attached intimate relationship? I mean, what could possibly go wrong? This is A Girl on the Shore, and it showed everything that could go wrong. This is another one of the many works created by the GOAT, Inio Asano. His works contain some of the most raw and intimate portrayals of human emotion and experience, and when it hits you, it hits hard. Goodnight Punpun was and still is the darkest manga I've ever read. Soranin gave me a wake-up call on life, and now A Girl on the Shore was about to hit me with the rawest and spiciest portrayal of growing up as a young adult. In my first video, I said that some manga and anime tend to make their stories go to uncomfortable territories, specifically those of the, sexual kind. Most of the times, these scenes are unnecessary and are just there to trigger a certain reaction from the audience, and they may work sometimes, but these just make me want to die in a ditch. And then here's The Girl on the Shore casually dropping scenes left and right like it's a normal Tuesday afternoon. For a story-driven manga, using the act of having sex as a main theme and an overarching plot point is a bold move, but it's this bold move that helped drive the story of A Girl on the Shore forward. And I say all this, but this manga's plot is something that is actually quite difficult to explain. But if I could summarize it into one phrase, it would be confused and broken teenagers try sex and fail miserably. Before their thing going on with Isobe, Komi had a crush on this one guy who clearly did not care for her one bit. He'd use her as his plaything, one he'd get his head whenever they meet up. It's a messed up, one-sided love, and Komi realized it too late. As she lived in a very conservative family where she was expected to be a prim and proper student, she essentially had no one to talk to about her situation, not even her friends. Isobe's got it rough too, living alone for most of his life because of his parents' work. He's used to having no one to talk to, both at home and at school. After his brother took his own life away, he isolated himself further from others, developing a distaste for the selfish nature of society. The bad guys that always take advantage of people, the bullies, the very same people who bullied his brother and caused his passing. Having sex with Isobe was Komi's outlet for her frustrations. Having sex with Komi helped Isobe clear his mind, even for a bit. But most importantly, having sex was what brought them together and got them closer in the first place. There's a reason why adults only do this sort of stuff. Have you ever had a crush when you were young? The feeling of butterflies in your stomach, the nervousness whenever you look into your crush's eyes, then that feeling that your heart is about to burst when they look back at you? Or have you experienced the feeling of rejection? You try to confess your feelings, they say no, and you're left to process your feelings on your own. Say, how is a young person who has little to no experience in romantic love supposed to process such feelings? And in that sense, how is someone like Komi, who's now in an FWB type relationship, supposed to handle this? Well, it started like your typical FWB, it quickly turned into something complicated. One thing led to another, and by the end of it all, Komi had finally come to realize her own feelings, albeit a tad too late. It may have been overly exaggerated, but things Komi and Isobe had experienced as they pushed through their relationship is something that many of us had also probably encountered in our younger years. Puberty is the stage in life where many changes are happening at once. Hormones are high, emotions are high, and sexual tension is high. The perfect time to do some of the wildest and craziest things. But puberty is not all fun and games, isn't it? There is a lot of confusion that comes with puberty. Confusion about our feelings, emotions, or even our own identity, and it can sometimes cloud our judgment. There may be moments where you let your emotions take over and do something without thinking about the consequences. Or maybe you knew and did it anyway. After reading this manga, I was hit real hard by these thoughts. The things I did growing up, the memorable ones, the cringe ones, moments where I felt like I'm on the top of the world, and moments where I felt like I'm on rock bottom. Those things came back to me. It's sometimes painful to look back and reminisce the past, and I'm sure some of you feel the same way too. But these experiences, whether good or bad, are what shaped us to be what we are today. While it may still hurt today, doesn't mean it'll still hurt tomorrow. The sea of life is big, with the ocean waves always crashing down the coast. Not many people go there, so it's quite peaceful. Many things are washed away by the water and eventually taken to the shore. Most of it is usually garbage, but maybe there is one thing among the pile of stuff that you will find valuable and treasure for the rest of your life. Just like how Isobe found a picture of a girl on the shore.